Hollywood, Los Angeles, home of the elite, celebrities, the entertainment capital of the world. Land of opportunity and constant beautiful weather. A place where people are just plain better than you. Luxury goods, Rodeo Drive, Ferraris, multi-million-dollar mansions. From people who deliver your Postmates, Uber Eats, or Domino's Pizza in a Ferrari or Lamborghini that can't afford to put gas in their car. To the movie producer you spoke with in the morning who is working on their next big project with Steven Spielberg while serving your morning latte. And, of course, this is their side gig while researching for their next script. Yes, these people are better than you. Even the wannabe vegans, health freaks, Fitbit, smartwatch wearing people are better than you. At least they think they are. More importantly, the watch snobs around the world are far more superior to anything in Hollywood. These are the people that are, yes, better than you.
Are you a watch snob? Today I'm wearing my Mont Blanc Heritage. Love this watch. Looks good with the green alligator strap on it. Anyway, we're going to talk about watch snobs and if you're one of them. So let's roll the intro and let's get to it. What's a watch snob? It doesn't have to be someone who just owns high luxury watches. It goes in both directions, and I'll explain this. A watch snob, for instance, is someone who, like, I'll give you an example. My neighbor, I've known that dude for about 9 years now, and he, unless you have a Rolex, Audemars Piguet, Panerai, or IWC, everything else is shit and sort of frowned upon, okay? So my whole thing is like, we used to talk a lot about watches. We don't anymore simply because I just don't want to hear about it. Not from, that. But, so for instance, I have a Mont Blanc here I'm wearing, and I'll say, I'm thinking about buying a Mont Blanc. And why the hell are you buying a Mont Blanc? I mean, really, don't waste your money. And then my attitude is, well, why don't you, Mr. Watch Expert, tell me why I shouldn't buy a Mont Blanc? Tell me everything about the Mont Blanc that you know as to what's going to convince me not to buy it. And then it's crickets, it goes blank. Don't know anything about it, So basically you're just passing judgment on the fact that, I'm buying a watch that isn't up to his standards, and this goes with anybody who thinks that way. Who, for instance, there's total Rolex snobs who think anything other than a Rolex is shit, and you suck for buying anything other than that. And of course, I'm better than you because you don't have a Rolex and I do. Okay, it's like that Ricky Bobby, Talladega Nights. Where he's like, if you don't chew Big Red, then fuck you. It's like, if you don't have a Rolex, then fuck you. Pardon my language. I said Rolex. So it sucks when people are like that. They think that they're better because of the watch they wear. In fact, that just tells me you're a douchebag, and it doesn't matter what watch you have on. You're just a straight up douchebag. And it works with the other way around too. With cheaper watches. I mean, you've got people that are full on Seiko, Casio, Timex, people that think that they're cooler than you because, well, I don't need a Rolex to show how cool I am. I've got, dude, this is the Casio G Oak and it blows anything Audemars Piguet could do. This gives me a world timer, dates in 37 countries, and blah, blah, whatever the hell it is, And those people suck too, you know what I mean? There's the people that and the worst ones, I hate to say it, man, are the Invicta collectors. There's a reason why Invicta is really kind of hated in the industry, and it's not so much the watches, well, that's part of it, but it's the collectors, man. You're buying a watch off of the TV, and they act like, if you don't own Invicta, I can buy 100 Invictas for the price of what your Rolex costs you. And then, it's like, yeah, maybe so, but if I sell my Rolex, I'll be doing pretty good financially on that end. If you sold your entire Invicta collection, you'd be hard pressed to be able to take your family out to McDonald's for dinner. So that's also kind of a reverse snobbery in my part, if that's me, if I'm just giving you the hypotheticals, saying, look, man, you know what I mean? There's people that on both ends of the spectrum, you know what I mean? It's like, personally, I'll wear, for the most part, anything. I have Swatch, I've got Tissot, Bulova, I don't know, I've got a bunch of watches that, I don't necessarily wear, but I don't have a problem wearing them. I don't need to go out and wear a Rolex to show who I am or status or any of that, or my Cartiers or whatever, Omegas, whatever. It doesn't matter to me. It really is essentially, it's not what you wear, it's how you wear what you have. And if you wear a Timex, man, there's nothing wrong with that, man. Timex are cool. The one with the Snoopy, I don't know a whole lot about Timex, but back in my day, when I couldn't afford, all these expensive watches, I used to read all the magazines. I go, man, one day I'm gonna get the Rolex, or one day I'm gonna get the Vacheron or the Cartier. And in the meantime, I'm wearing a Guess watch or a Fossil watch or something, and I aspired to have those things. I have nothing against anyone who likes Fossil, Guess watch. Daniel Wellington, maybe, those Vincero, whatever the fuck those pieces of shit are. But the thing is it amazes me what people think, about watches. But this goes with anything, in Hollywood here, man, you do get people that will deliver your Postmates in a really nice Mercedes, you know what I mean? And it's like, I've seen it. I've seen it, the fucking Uber driver who drives Teslas, you know what I mean? And then you get the actual celebrities, who drive a Prius, you know what I mean? So it's a weird dynamic, isn't it? You go to Miami Beach, everybody has Audemars. It's, I gotta have an Audemars, and fuck you if you don't. And so there's this whole level of Teddy Baldessari, he's got a pretty cool channel, but that dude is the king of entry-level watch. Everything's an entry-level watch for that dude. Entry-level watch. He's a total, like, I don't know if I'd call him a snot. He's a little bit arrogant, but that comes down with how young he is. You know what I mean? He's just kind of clueless in the sense that he's just, has to put on the suit and tie. And then, the Patek Philippe Calatrava is a great entry-level watch for it's like, dude, shut the fuck up. Just really, him and that guy that does Shark Tank, I don't know his name, but, everything is about, entry level is such a demeaning term, you know what I mean, derogatory in the sense that it's like talking down to someone, meaning that if all I ever wanted was an Omega and that was my goal and my Grail watch, like I aspire to have something higher than that. No, man. I know plenty of people that have a lot of freaking money. I'm not going to drop the name, but I know a lot of people in the music industry. I know a very famous drummer who was in a very, very famous band. Beautiful home, beautiful cars, and I know him because my ex-girlfriend was his wife. Long story, but we're cool. So, but he bought some Invicta watches because they looked nice, And I didn't judge him. Well, I kind of did. I kind of was like, dude, you're wearing an Invicta. Come on, dude. But it was like, really, essentially, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Because he didn't care. He don't give a shit what anyone thinks. It's like, so if you wear it, now I've owned Invicta too. So it's like, if you dig it, and that's cool. One thing is owning the watch and owning the watch. You own it, but you own it, what you wear. It doesn't matter. As long as you're cool, nobody gives a shit about what watch you wear. Nobody cares if you're wearing a Cartier or a Casio. Not in LA anyway. I mean, you know what I mean? It's like, it doesn't matter. It's how you carry yourself. It's who you are as a person. You know what I mean? I could get rid of all of my watches and wear a Timex, and none of my friends would give a shit about what I got on my wrist, because my friends aren't my friends because of the watches I have. It's because of basically just who I am. I'm kind of a douchebag myself sometimes, but, at the same time, it's life's short. Get what you want, enjoy what you want, but don't be cocky about it and don't be arrogant. If you finally get that Grail watch you've been looking for, don't talk down or look down upon other people because they can't afford it, or they don't simply want it. All right. So I guess having said that, that was all I had to say. That's all I had to say about that. But again, I appreciate everyone who likes and subscribes. Don't be a snob, and we'll see you on the next video. Thanks.